y'all, and welcome to today's video. We're going to be testing and trying out the new Natasha Denona palette. This grungy color story, it's speaking to me. It is speaking to me. We're going to create two looks with this palette. I'm going to swatch it for you and I'm going to give you my thoughts. I love Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes. I have so many from her. Basically, anytime she launches something, I'm like, give it to me. Give it to me, because I have such good experience with her eyeshadow formula. So we're gonna create some looks, we're gonna play around, and I'm gonna tell you what I think. Let's jump into it. Y'all, I have had this palette since Friday. I ordered it from Sephora. My order came super quick, but I have been sick since Thursday afternoon. I'm feeling so much better today. Not 100%, but enough that I'm like, let's play with makeup. I want to create. This has been sitting here waiting on me. So I'm so sorry for the lack of videos. I'm so sorry that this video is delayed, but it's here now and we are going to create. We're going to have some fun. I am super duper excited about it. So let me show you a close-up of this palette and let me show you swatches. I just swatched this palette out on my arm. Of course, the true test of a palette is how it performs on the eyes, but I do think swatches can be fun just to see if the shadows kind of look the same swatched out as they do in the pan. I do know that this palette is available at lots of retailers now. It's available at Ulta, Sephora, Beautylish. I will link it everywhere that it's available that I can find down below in the description box. But Natasha Denona did actually give me a discount code for their website. It's an affiliate code, so I will put it down in the description box. If you use code Heather at Natasha Denona, you can get 15% off this palette. Very excited about that. You definitely don't have to shop this palette. You don't have to use my code. Maybe you're just shopping your stash. That's amazing too. But I did want to let you know, and I will put everything down in the description box. This color story is really calling to me though. I love these grungy tones. I love Natasha Denona's formula. So when I saw this palette and I saw what looked to be some of her super sparkly formula and some of her cream to powder formula, I knew I had to have this. I love Natasha's cream to powder formula. I love when she gives us multiple formulas in a palette, like mattes with the cream to powder, her super sparkly, I don't know what she calls them, but when they're like intense shimmery shadows along with her beautiful smooth shimmers, I'm intrigued. I'm excited. So what I'm going to do is prime my eyes for shadow. I'm going to put down my eyeshadow primer. I'm going to zoom y'all in close and we're going to do two different eye looks and I'm going to let you know, is this the Natasha Denona eyeshadow quality that I know and love, or is it not? We're going to find out. I have high hopes. Let me prime my eyes, let me zoom y'all in, and we'll play. Okay, so I put down my Sigma Ignite eye base over here, and I want to start with one of the cream to powder shadows because that's just one of my favorites. I love that formula. So I'm going to go right into the shade Fushi. Please forgive me if I say any of these names wrong. It is not a personal attack on anyone if I can't pronounce something, and remember, it's not that big a deal. It's just makeup. This palette's feelings don't get hurt if I say a name incorrectly. I am taking this shade, and what I like to do with these cream to powders is I just take them on my brush like this and I kind of build them. So I pick a little up and then I will put it down, and then I'll pick a little bit more and I'll put it down. And I really like to kind of start with her cream to powder and then layer on top. I think it's just always so beautiful. Such a nice formula. You can definitely wear these on their own, but I really like to layer these. So this brush I'm using is from my Sigma favorite set, and I will try to link everything I talk about down below. But I'm just taking this pretty yellow color and I'm putting it here in my socket, and then I'm also taking it up above the socket and down below, just really kind of sweeping this along, blending it and letting it be this blown out yellow. Okay, the next shade I want to go in with is Willow. This shade I was really attracted to when I saw photos of the palette. I really liked the inclusion of this green that was almost a little more blue leaning. Like it's definitely green, but it's not an olive green. It's almost like this aqua type color, and I just thought it was so pretty. So I'm gonna take this. This is another brush from my Sigma set, and I'm really pressing this into the outer corner here from lash line, kind of up, out, almost to this like outer V of my eye, and then I'm gonna take it underneath a little bit of this lower lash line as well, and you can see right here how well this shade builds and blends on top of that yellow. There's no issue, no weird patchiness. That is exactly what I expect from a Natasha Denona shadow, and I just think this is so pretty. So this look over here, we're gonna keep a bit more like bright and bold, and then when we do this eye over here, we'll do something a little more neutral, but we'll kind of do the same shape. That's what I like to do when I wear two different eye looks. I like to kind of keep my shape and depth the same, but I'm gonna go back to that brush that we used at first and just use this to assist me in blending. When I'm doing my looks, I usually go back and forth between my brushes to make sure I have a really nice blend. Okay, now I'm gonna go into my palette with my Singe Beauty brush, and I have options. I have options for what I could do for a shimmer because there's so beautiful sparkly shades in here, but I think what I want to do is start off with this shade right here, Maquia, and then I'm going to go into Plantasia, this like duochrome right here. Okay, so I'm taking the deeper shimmer shade first, and I'm just going to kind of like press that on right there. I did go from the pan to my brush, and then I just sprayed my brush with a little bit of setting spray. And I'm just kind of pressing this on, and then to get in all my little wrinkles and crinkles, I'll kind of blend just back and forth like this. But I do like to start with pressing to really get that shimmer to kind of pop. And I'm just going to keep this right here, and then we're going to move into that beautiful, beautiful duochrome. Okay, so now I'm doing the same thing for the inner part of my lid. I'm going to press this shade on. I'm using my same Singe brush. I just buffed it off on my color switch from Sigma so that I could use it again, and I'm just going to press it on like this and then kind of buff it. That is such a beautiful shade, and the way it kind of like catches the light is super beautiful. I like that a lot. I think that would also be a really pretty one and done shade. Like nothing on the eyes, just rub this all over the lid with your finger. It would be beautiful like that as well. Mascara and go. That's stunning. That is stunning. Okay, let's move on to the lower lash line now. I think what I'm going to do on the lower lash line, have some options here. I definitely have some options, but let's go in with this shade right here. This is really pretty. And then I think what I'll do is maybe highlight the inner corner with this shade right here, this kind of like neon bright yellow shade. So we'll go from here to here. Okay, this is another brush from my Sigma set. It's just kind of dense, but still movable, like not so dense that I can't move it. And I'm gonna press that into the lower lash line, out and around like this. I want to go back to the brush I used with Willow, and I want to make sure I have a good blend right here, up and out. Gosh, those shades are so pretty. Like they're blending so well together. And then we'll go to our inner corner shade. Let me grab a brush. Okay, I've got another one of my brushes here, and oh, that is so pretty on the inner corner. That is light and bright and perfect for the inner corner. Now, there were 3 eyeliners that launched with this collection from Natasha Denona, and I really want to buy those. At the time that I ordered this palette from Sephora, they weren't available on the Sephora site, so I definitely plan to purchase those from the Natasha Denona site. I just have not yet, but I'm definitely going to, because this is beautiful. Okay, this is where I'm going to leave this eye. Of course, I'll do liner, mascara, all of that. But let me go ahead and put on primer over here, and we'll do something more with the like browns in this palette. But this eye look right here, oh, I'm loving. Okay, we're ready for shadow over here, and I'm going to go into this cream to powder shadow right here. This beautiful foresty green shade looks so pretty, and I'm going to put this in the same place that I put the yellow over here. Now, this green I think is going to be such a beautiful like start for our look over here, and I am so into that already. That shadow is just looking so smooth. Again, I love this cream to powder formula. So I'm just going to kind of blend and buff, and then we'll kind of build on top of it. I'm just going to brush my brush off a little bit on my color switch, and just taking my time buffing and blending this in. Okay, I'm using the same brushes over here, both from my Sigma favorite set. I just have multiples because they're my favorite. So now I'm going to go into this deep brown right here, and I'm going to put this in the outer corner, same place that I put that more kind of aqua green type of shade on the other eye. We're just using the dark brown to deepen things up over here. So I'm just going to blend it like this to create some depth in this outer corner. Okay, so we're going to do 2 shimmers on the lid, just like we did over here, but I'm going to go for 2 of the other shimmers. I'm going to go for this shade right here first. And then after we use this, I'm going to go into this one right here. Really, really beautiful. I'm going to pick these up on another brush from my Sigma set. I'm going to pick them up, and then I'm going to spray my brush and then go on to the eye. All right, I'm going to go in with that kind of pewter shade first. Wow, that is really pretty. I know you already saw the swatches, but I, at this point in time, like through the power of editing, you saw the swatches. I have not swatched it yet. I usually like to use a palette before I swatch it, and that shade is giving me exactly what I hoped it would. When I saw it in the pan, I'm like, please be this on the eye, and it is. That is pretty. I am getting some fallout, but that does not bother me. I will say I'm pretty messy when it comes to my makeup application. Fallout is not something that bothers me. I just want to enjoy the process, and then I'll sweep away the fallout in the end. So if fallout matters to you, just don't be as quick and messy as me. Okay, now I've got that second shade. Oh my goodness, that's intense. Wow. That is so pretty. I did not expect that intensity from that shade. That's really pretty. I really like how this look is a bit more neutral leaning. I mean, I'm not doing completely neutral. I'm not only using the browns, but you can see it's so much like deeper and more muted than this over here. And I'm really, really liking that. So let me grab another brush and we'll do the lower lash line. Okay, for the lower lash line, I'm trying to decide. I was thinking this shade, then I was thinking maybe this shade, but let's do this one right here, Valley. And then for the inner corner, we will use the shade Ray. So I'm going to be using more brushes from my Sigma set. I'm going to pick up the shade Valley, and I'm going to put that on the lower lash line, just back and forth like this. And I'm really creating 2 looks that I like very, very much. Let me go in with the shade Ray now, just straight from the pan to the brush to my eye. I'm not spraying the shimmer at all. I wanted to show you like a shimmery inner corner and a matte inner corner, but I'm going to see if I need to do any more blending. I am going to throw on eyeliner, mascara, and I think I'm going to throw on false lashes, and I will be right back to talk about this palette. Okay, y'all, here are the finished looks, look 1 and 2. I did put on some high fashion glam light lashes with this look, and then I put on LA Girl pencil in my waterline in the shade Dragon, I believe. Dragon, yes. So if you, like me, were wondering, is this palette, this beautiful color story, is this the same Natasha Denona eyeshadow formula that we know and love? Yes, it is. I love these creamed powder shadows. Sorry, I have a hair that's like right there that's driving me crazy. There we go. Sorry. I am really excited to keep playing with this palette. Of course, I didn't use all the shadows on my eyes. What did we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 12 of the 15 shades we used. I definitely have more shades to use. I cannot wait to keep playing with this. I will come back in a couple of weeks, probably let you know what I think about this palette after I've tried it more and more. But so far, it's the same formula we know and love from Natasha. I really like this color story. I do want to remind you that my reviews are never here to convince you to buy anything. If you want this palette, if you were thinking about it, I hope that my review helped you. If you're on a low buy, a no buy, I hope that you will shop your stash to recreate this. If you're not even interested in makeup and you're just here to hang out, thank you so much for being here. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for watching my video. I wanted this palette. I bought it. I think it's beautiful. I am super duper happy with my purchase. Now, I will tell you before I go what else is on my face. My hair is crazy. Let me tell you what else I have on, just in case you're curious. I'm wearing my MAC Skinfinish Sunstruck matte bronzer in deep golden. I'm wearing my Sigma blush in the shade Berry Love. I am wearing my Resurgence highlighter duo from my collab with Unearthly. I'm wearing kind of both of these shades mixed. I am wearing Lunar Beauty Milk Tea lip liner and lipstick with my Omen gloss from my Unearthly collab on top. That's how I finished off this look. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing day. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you soon in another video. Bye!